All right, Miles, the Chargers have been extremely active in the early parts of this free agency period. What's the latest going on out in LA?
All right, Nick, believe it or not, something I never thought would happen. Khalil Mack has left the Bears in a big-time trade. The Chicago Bears are receiving a 2022 second-round pick and a 2023 sixth-round pick. In return, the Los Angeles Chargers are getting multiple Pro Bowler, big-time defensive edge rusher to pair with Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, a huge upgrade on the edge position for the Chargers. But they haven't stopped there. There was another giant splash in the free agency pool. The Los Angeles Chargers have signed JC Jackson, former New England Patriots, big-time interception leader last year. Huge contract. He has gotten a 5-year, $82.5 million deal from the Chargers, $40 million guaranteed. This is some big-time numbers. What do you think the Chargers are doing here, Nick?
So, Miles, what's the definition of insanity?
Just doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Exactly. And what have we been seeing in the AFC over the past few years with teams trying to take down the big dog in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs? Everyone just tries to outgun them. They just try and load up on receivers and running backs and just try and see if they can outscore them. Here's the problem, though. The Chiefs have 3 Hall of Famers. They've got Mahomes, who looks like he's going to be a Hall of Famer. They've got Kelsey, and they've got Tyreek Hill, and they got a probable Hall of Fame head coach in Andy Reid. You're not going to be able to draft and sign enough Hall of Famers to go toe-to-toe and outscore them. You know, the Chargers have tried that. The Raiders have tried that. The Broncos have tried that. Like, all these teams have tried that, and you just can't beat them. But what you can try and do is, instead of outgunning them, you can try and just slow them down a little bit. Instead of trying to beat them 40-35, beat them 27-24. That's what the Bengals did. That's how the Bucs beat them in the Super Bowl. That's how you beat the Chiefs. And the Chargers, to their credit and head coach Brandon Staley's credit, they finally recognized that. They realized that with Justin Herbert and the players they have on offense, they can beat the really bad Chiefs defense. They can score 30 on that defense. That's not the problem. They just need to find a way to keep that Kansas City offense down a little bit. And like you said, bringing in a Khalil Mack to pair with Joey Bosa, you get JC Jackson to kind of be the corner, the ball hawking player that can pair with Derwin James and Asante Samuel Jr. in that secondary. I mean, they're setting up to do exactly that. This is an awesome strategy here from the Chargers.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Staley's really proved that he's come out running. He wants to make the change. You know, they had high expectations last season. He said, okay, what we did last season is not going to work in this division. We got to change things up. He made the change. Now, they haven't completely forgot on offense. They re-signed Mike Williams to a sizable deal, I believe somewhere in the $60 million range. So that's a pretty big deal there. So they're not going to leave Herbert out to dry. But like you said, they're not insane. He's proved he's not insane, which is really great first step for a coach. If you can prove you're not insane, you probably have more chance to have a job than if you were insane. So there you go.
Well, after all those 4th down attempts, maybe there were some concerns that Staley was a little off his rocker. But this is sort of, we talk about analytics and trying to different strategies. And this is just kind of that same path. This isn't a strictly analytical move, but it's just thinking about the game differently and going about it a different way. And I think this is going to be a turnout to pay big dividends for the Chargers.
And I could totally see this be the turning point for the NFL. We all know it's cyclical. It goes in cycles. It used to be running the ball in defense. Then it progressed into this new style NFL, and it has gone offense and passing game. And then some teams have now started to have some more success running the ball, i.e. Baltimore, Tennessee, Dallas has been pretty successful in running the ball. A couple other teams around the league. The Bengals had a pretty good rushing attack as well. But the thing that needs to come around is hard-nosed defense. People got to start spending on defense side of the ball. You know, you look at the old Bears, 84 Bears. You look at the 2000 Ravens. You look at the Steel Curtain, the Purple People Eaters in Minnesota. There's so many great defenses that have won a ton of championships, and even more recently, Legion of Boom in Seattle. I think that the Chargers saying, hey, we're not going to win on offense, so just like you said, we got to try to win on defense, and I think this is a really good start, and if this works, you're going to see a lot of other teams adopt this plan.